minimal mom. That's what people tell you to do. But what does that actually look like and what does that mean? All right, minimalism is so helpful to anyone in general, but especially to moms. I'm gonna take you through 2 kid items today that can very quickly turn into clutter and a mess, overbuying and overcomplicating. So let's jump into those 2 child type items and talk about how we can practically make your home more minimal. When it comes to shoes, it is very easy to overbuy. Now, for me, the struggle isn't actually overbuying, but it's getting too many hand-me-downs and getting overwhelmed. So at the core, we have a pair of tennis shoes for school. These are your nice tennis shoes. We also have a pair of play tennis shoes. And then I would say rain boots, okay? I never knew I was gonna be a rain boot mom, but man, these things come in handy for just, damp, wet, muddy kind of days. Now, if you're a country kid or a city kid, this might make a difference on if rain boots are a part of your kids, wardrobe or uniform. So we start out with that. Then let's lean over towards the summer months. So the warmer weather, we are getting a pair of nice sandals and a pair of play sandals, okay? The play sandals, they're for the park. They are for the pool. They are for all the fun things. The fancy sandals, those are for the restaurants, the church, if you have a wedding, if you have a baptism, a baby shower, all the nice things, we save the nice sandals for that. Moving into the colder months or winter, depending on, again, where you live and all that. So we still have our core basics, tennis shoes, rain boots. Then we are going to add in a pair of nice boots. These are, again, church, restaurant, wedding, baby shower. And then we add in a pair of snow boots. This, of course, is going to depend on where you live. And I do have the option of, if you don't buy snow boots, maybe you could get your kid like some nice wool socks, and maybe the rain boots would work well enough to get you through winter, again, depending on your climate. All right, this is it. So we have those 3 basics plus 2 shoes. So for any season, we have 5 pair of shoes out for our children. All right, now it's very easy to slip in more, if you buy swim shoes or flip-flops. The goal is to keep it minimal. This is how we do it. It makes your home tidy. It makes your home manageable. And also, when we are out the door, it's very easy to tell one of my kids, hey, go grab your nice tennis shoes. They don't have 6 pair to filter through. They know the nice ones. They know the play ones. Same with the boots, same with the sandals. And with that, let's move into a drawer in my kitchen. So this drawer is right by the dishwasher. It's ground level. It is the lowest drawer. When we moved into this home, I knew I wanted to set this up for my kids. So we have plates and bowls. So these plates and bowls came from Target. They were 50 cents a piece. If you notice, we have 1 set. That is it. They all match. They're all alike. We don't have a Mickey Mouse head. We don't have a plate that has like division on it, like little divider spaces. We don't do that. They tend not to stack as well. So we just went with simple circle plates. Okay, I knew this going into having children. These plates were on my baby registry. I'm pretty darn sure, and this silverware was as well. I have a 5-year-old at this point, nearly 6. These have been serving us well. Now, if I could go back, would I get plastic plates or would I maybe get more like an aluminum or something that maybe is a little more like eco-friendly? Yes. However, in the meantime, we are using these plastic plates and they will get us through. Before we know it, we will probably be moving on to some larger like Corelle type plates maybe, or something of that nature. Then moving on to cups, we have a few different types of cups. It happens, it just does. We have this stack of 5 cups. It's kind of a rainbow set. I wish we would have just gone with one color. It would make life way more simple. Then we have these 360 cups. We got an orange and a pink. These actually, I don't know if they were on my baby registry or if somebody passed them down to me. We have used them. We don't use them as much anymore. These are more so being kept for if we have guests that need to borrow a cup. Then we have this other style, which is this blue and green that come with a lid. Again, these are okay. We don't use them that often. We're kind of getting further and further away from the baby cups and using the open cups more and more. Then we also have silverware here. So the silverware, I registered for this on my baby registry, and some of it is more of a hard texture and some of it's a bit more rubbery. I would get the hard if I had to do it again because one of my children sort of gnawed on the rubbery and kind of ruined some of them. Then we also have these red spoons. If you notice, these red spoons came from an ice cream shop. And I know it looks like we have a ton of them. We did not go there that often. These have literally been accumulating for like 10 years. I love these spoons. Okay, they're a really hard plastic. And what's great about them is I will use them for outings, like going to the park or in their lunch boxes. And I don't worry about if they accidentally get thrown away. So if you're packing a pudding cup or an applesauce cup, these are handy to keep. And it's something that would have ended up in the trash anyway. And it makes me buy fewer like plastic utensils. I've actually gotten away from packing plastic utensils in their lunch boxes. I actually do pack these baby silverware, the forks and the spoons. Typically I do the red spoons, but I'm not that worried about it. My kids are almost old enough to where they're comfortable using the adult silverware. So if these forks and spoons start getting thrown away at school on accident, oh well, okay? I'm not buying paper products because I don't want to spend the money. So all of my kids' cups fit in this drawer. Their cups, their plates, they all fit in here. That's important to me. We also have 3 knives for practicing cutting. These are like plastic knives. And then we have a like peeler, like potato peeler, apple peeler. It does not work the best, but it is again, more of a child safe option in the kitchen. So while they're learning, they are using these items. If you notice, there's also some straws and straw cleaners in this drawer as well. It was really important to me that all my kids' stuff could fit in one drawer. I want to keep it simple. It is very easy for it to get out of hand and unmanageable. And then I also do want to note that there are 2 more cups that are sitting out. These cups currently are the ones my kids are using this week, like for drinking water. So they have these cups as well. We actually did not purchase these cups. One of my husband's employees did because she was just being so sweet to our children. So overall, we try not to spend too much on our kids as far as these supplies. We try to keep it minimal, just like we do with the shoes. Obviously, we take hand-me-downs where we can, but if you're spending money, keep it minimal. There's no reason for your kids to have 6 different plates. There's no reason for your kids to have 6 different pair of tennis shoes. Rein it in, cut back, donate some stuff, and eliminate. Get out your plates right now. If you have 5 different stacks because you have 5 different styles, pick 2 to eliminate. Pick 2 to get rid of that you never use. You know which ones you're constantly unloading from the dishwasher. You know which ones you grab on the daily basis. You will thank yourself. All right, I hope these practical examples showed you that it's not that hard to keep things minimal with kids. Yes, stuff can creep in, gifts, birthdays, all that. Hand-me-downs definitely are a struggle point for me because they're free, so I feel like we need to keep them. But when I keep too many pairs of shoes, it's hurting my family more than it's helping. So these are 2 ways that you can practically cut back in your home. All right, I challenge you. See if you can make it work today in your home and see what benefits it brings to your home. All right, I hope to see you in the next video on my channel. Until then, have a great day.